So back in January, one of my first videos was the unboxing of my iMac. This is the 2019 5K iMac with a few upgrades. It has the Pro Vega 48 graphics, the 512GB SSD storage, and I also upgraded the processor to the 8-core i9. I upgraded my RAM separately because I wanted to save, quite a lot of money rather than getting it from Apple, because you can do that yourself using the access to the RAM door at the back. So I bought 64 gigs of RAM from Amazon and I put that in myself. I did promise that after a few months of use I would do another video to explain how I've been getting on with it, and I thought I would put that for you today in a way that hopefully is a little bit more easy to digest if you are a photographer or a filmmaker. This isn't going to be a video where I put numbers on the screen and run benchmark tests and see what throttles and all that stuff, because I don't think that looking at numbers on a screen really gives you a clear indication of how capable this machine is and if it would work for you for what you're doing. So I'm assuming that you guys mainly wanting to look at a machine like this for photo and video editing, because that's what this channel is about. So I'm going to go through Lightroom, do a couple of edits on some photos, some exports, to show you how quickly it responds and how fast the workflow is. And also I'm going to go into Premiere and show you how it copes with 4K video and a few other bits as well. So let's get into it. One tip, if you think that your voiceover stuff might be a little bit boring, go away, have a beer, come back and watch it, because it turns out 9 times out of 10 you sound boring as anything. I'm sorry for the echo, I've got this curtain up, but it doesn't seem to be doing much. So let's see how capable this iMac really is. We're opening Lightroom here, we're going to just see how quickly that opens, really fast. Opens my catalogue, which has 3,500 photos in, and as you can see, all the photos are showing their previews instantly, all the way through. These photos are also stored on my hard drive, not in the internal storage of the iMac. So that makes it even more impressive, because it's pulling that from an external source super fast, so top marks. We're just going to have a quick look through these photos before we import. Here's a selection of photos that I've chosen for this video, all the same, but 21 different ones of them, 21 different photos of the same thing basically. It's just going to import all of those for us now, and that is imported, building the smart previews, and it is done. Quick as that. So I'm not going to speed up the imports and stuff because I want you to get a real actual example of how quick it is. But just for the sake of making a few changes, let's edit this photo a little bit, maybe show you how quickly presets load. Those are really quick. A couple of my presets there that I've made myself and changed a couple of ones that I've paid for. Make some tweaks, lift the shadows, bring the exposure down, put a radial mask on. As you can see, everything's running really quickly, no delays, no lag. These are all on RAW files, by the way, 4,000 by 4,000 by 6,000 pixels, so large files. We're going to make a quick edit, and then we are going to go into Photoshop and show you how quickly that runs whilst Lightroom is also open, because it's really quick. Loads up quite quickly as well, so you're not waiting around forever if you need to make a quick edit on one of your Lightroom photos. Really useful for taking stuff out if you're doing weddings, like you're taking a fire escape out, stuff like that. So let's just show you, so that is open in Lightroom. Let's make a little bit of an edit, like, I don't know, let's just use the spot healing brush and take some dust off of the desk, maybe, that'll probably do, just so that we've changed the photo in some way. Because now we're going to see how quickly this updates in Lightroom once you hit that save button in Photoshop, and it's really quick. So let's just show you this little panel on the left. Keep an eye on that. I'm going to hit Command S. Instantly done. quick as it can go, it does. So it's instant, it's updated in Lightroom straight away, and you have your edit and your raw still there, as you can see by the 1 of 2 there at the bottom. Let's export this then. We're just going to do one photo. We'll just put this on the desktop. Let's just choose that there. Get rid of Photoshop so it's not in the way, so you can see how quickly. And let's hit export. And it's done. Quick as that. So really fast. Let's just do a handful of these just so you can get a bit more of a more realistic example. We're going to do 12. We'll overwrite them. 5 of them already done. It's going to do another 4 now. That's 3, another 2, that's 5 more done. So I think there's 12 in total of these once those previews load. Yeah, done. Quick as that. So that's 12 raw photos all exported. So there's a 6,000 by 4,000 pixels, and that is how quickly they do that. So really fast. Let's open Premiere. Let's go and have a look and see how quickly we can work with video whilst Photoshop and Lightroom are still open. I'm going to just open a project that I did last week, which is the Drew Tooley collaboration video. That's 22 minutes long nearly. So there's a lot of media that it's just locating currently. Lots of layers and a couple of color mats, as well as all of the audio files, as you can see here. Quite a lot of footage, but Premiere is picking up the scrobbling instantly. Really nice way to land it on my face there, but as you can see by the drop down I've just put there, we are playing back at full resolution, so full 4K, and it is still keeping up as quick as we can move. So that's wicked fast, especially considering we've got Lightroom and Photoshop still open in the background. It's working really quickly. We've got an adjustment layer here with my 4K footage, and then a zoom call, and then 2 color mats underneath that. So 5 layers of footage. I've cut some of it out so it can work a little bit faster, but actually it doesn't delay it having that underneath there, as you can see by some of the things further along where I've got all the layers where my mouse is now all still running. I mean, it's wicked fast. Like you can't knock it. If you are wanting to get an iMac for video editing and photo editing like I do, these are the 2 main things that I do with it, and I have absolutely no problem. I'm just going to show you a bit of rendering, because rendering takes forever. Like it's soul destroying having to render stuff, but I try and tend to do that at the end of every video. So once I've got everything organized how I want, got my music, got all my transitions and stuff, if I use them, or just the way that the video flows, I then put the graphics in at the end, do the transitions, the actual and then we render that at the end, which does take time, but it does on any device and on any computer, so it's still wicked fast. There we go, playing back. Subscribe, like, hit the smash like. So I just wanted to talk about a few things I really like about the iMac. The first thing is the display. It's a 5K iMac. This display is absolutely huge and it is stunningly beautiful. And when you're working with large raw photographs and edits and things, it just makes getting that extra detail out of those images. It just helps so much with that, and I've found that I can dive into these images in ways I couldn't do before on a laptop, because you just didn't have the pixel density on the screen and the size to be able to get really stuck in. So that's awesome. Obviously having the RAM upgraded allows lots of multitasking, so I can work in Lightroom like we showed you in the video, jump over to Photoshop, have Lightroom open, have my iTunes playing some music whilst I've got Chrome open and there's a video on the YouTube, probably paused from when I've had a break, and everything runs at the same time without ever really maxing out. I think the highest I've had the RAM usage up to is like 80%, and that was with 5 or 6 different things running at the same time, and this thing is very capable. Even editing video in Premiere, you could have lots of different things running and it works absolutely fine, so another bonus. One thing I wasn't expecting to even notice or be impressed by is the speakers on this thing. Like, the sound quality is awesome. I don't know if it's just the way that I've got mine set up in this room, but I'll give you an example. Anyway, it's really good. The speakers are insane and it just makes you want to go crazy every time you play music on it. So that is something that I absolutely love about this computer. It's kind of annoying really because I spent quite a lot of money on some awesome headphones for editing and I barely use them because the speakers on this thing are just so good. One little thing that I really love about the iMac, and maybe this is not just the iMac, I know you can get dongles and stuff for other computers and things, but having the access to the SD card slot at the back is honestly like, so underrated. To being able to take the SD card out of the camera, put it straight into the computer and just drag everything instantly over. I mean, such an underrated little thing that, and I really hope they don't get rid of that in the future iMacs because it really does, just makes life so much easier, do you know what I mean? The overall performance of this machine is just, like, it doesn't, you're not held up by the computer. You can work as creatively and as quickly as you need to without having to wait for the machine to catch up to you. So if you're looking for something now, and you could really do with having that extra horsepower to up your game now, and you've got the money now, go for it because you've got nothing to lose. Next year if another iMac comes out, yeah, you might have not the newest iMac, but you're going to have an incredible computer that you can do so much with, and it doesn't really matter if it's the latest model or not. It's super capable and you won't regret it. Let me know what you think. Have you got one of these? Have you been using it for a long time and seen anything different to me? Let me know in the comments down below your thoughts, and if you've enjoyed this video, please hit that like button. It will really help the channel. And if you want to see more videos around photo and video and all these little tips and tricks that I'm learning along the way, then consider subscribing because it means a lot. Until the next video though guys, I will see you soon, I suppose. Take care. Bye.